What's going on, everybody? I want to thank y'all for tuning back in. I also want to say thank you to the new subscribers. Y'all haven't gone unnoticed. I think I started out when I started recording, I had about 50 subscribers. And in the last, say, 2 weeks or so, I think I'm up to about 63 right now. So we're about to go ahead and get this thing started, y'all. Let me readjust and everything. Y'all know me. Welcome to the Nuriah TV. And we're coming at y'all straight, raw, uncut. You know how it is. We're not deleting anything. We're not getting rid of anything. We're keeping it raw. And today, as I told y'all before, I'm a truck driver. I have my CDL Class A, and I just want to go over pros and cons of being a truck driver. And this is going to be a two-part series, or not series, but a two-part episode. So tune in, kick back, go get your protein, go get your water, your coffee. You know, I'm a coffee fiend, I'm a protein fiend. We're going to get this thing started, y'all. We're going to get it started after just a few moments. I want y'all to go get y'all stuff and come back and meet me here in about 10 seconds. All right, everybody. That might have been more than 10 seconds, y'all, but I'm back and I'm ready. And we're going to kick it off just like this. Now, for all y'all who don't know, a CDL, a commercial driver's license, is the license that you would need to operate a commercial vehicle. And that could be a bus, that could be a dump truck, or anything like that. Hold on, y'all. Raw and uncut. Hey, I'm on live right now. Did you need something? Yeah, that's the wife calling right there. But we're going to keep it raw and uncut, and we're going to dig into this, y'all. Now, check this out. Commercial driver's license. That would be to drive. Class A would be like an 18-wheeler. A 53-foot trailer, 40-foot trailer. Y'all, you're operating a tractor trailer. Class B, that would be for your dump trucks. I believe your bus. Yeah, your bus, your dump truck, certain box trucks. I believe it's separated by weight as opposed to length. I think it goes by weight. And then there's also different endorsements, and we can maybe dig into that in another video. But the basic endorsement is air brakes, and that's what you would need to operate. That's the one that they're going to give you off the bat in school when you go and take your permit test and all of that stuff. You're going to get the air brakes. So the pros and cons of being a truck driver, and I want to throw the Bible in there a little bit. Y'all can search up the verse and the chapter and verse, and y'all can in the book, and y'all can put it in the comments. If a man doesn't work, he don't eat. If he don't work, he don't eat. Now let's dig right in. I'm going to go with the pros first. And like I said, we're going to split this up. Pros and cons. Now pros, job security. The trucking industry is essential to the economy, ensuring a consistent demand for drivers. Now that's true. A number one pro. That's true. You can always get a job. You can always get a job. You got to dig a little deeper and see as far as what you want to make, what you want to do, where you want to be, all of those type of things make it a little more difficult. But best believe with that CDL, you can always get a job. It might not be the best job that you want, but if you're going through hard times, you can always go do something just to get through that time. You know what I mean? And that's the number one pro, job security. Our whole economy, everything is ran on the backs of truck drivers. Anything you buy in a store, period, anything comes in a truck, some type of way, shape, or form. It comes to that store in a truck from a commercial driver. So you're always going to have fuel, groceries, clothing, electronics, anything comes through the back trailer of a truck driver. So that's the number one. You'll always have a job. Number two, good pay. Many truck drivers earn competitive wages, especially with experience or specialized areas like hazardous material transport. And I'm going to speak on that because I know I'm reading this as a guidance, but I do this. So I'm going to let you know the truth. Good pay. Yeah, you can make good pay. But don't get me wrong. You got to know your worth, though. Because some of these companies, to somebody who's not a truck driver, they may look at it as good pay. But for you to be risking your life driving on the road, certain stuff is like, I'm not driving no truck for that. Now, like I said, typical person straight out of high school, no degree, no nothing. Certain jobs may seem like good pay, but as a truck driver, you know your worth. And there's certain stuff, like I said, you're going to say, you know what? That's not worth it. Yeah, I'm making this and that, but that's not worth that. So that's the truth on that. Now, don't get me wrong, especially if you're willing to travel, like the notes mentioned, hazardous material. That is when you dig into more specialized things, that's when the big bucks start to come in. Now there's the basic, which is like, we call it dry van. And that's anything dry. That can be clothing. That can be just non-perishable items like crackers, cans of soup. Anything that's not refrigerated, doesn't require refrigeration. That's dry van. And then there's refrigerated. That's a little step higher. You're going to get paid a little bit more. That's for your produce, anything perishable. And even some items that are not for consumption sometimes have to be at a certain temperature. And a reefer may come in handy with that. And frozen ice cream, all that, frozen chicken, frozen meat, all of that type of stuff. There's many avenues. That's another pro. When you drive truck, you can almost kind of find your niche, find what it is that you enjoy. There's such a broad span of things to do with your driver's license. You see what I'm saying? It just depends, like I said, where you want to go. Do you want to be home every night? Do you want to be out and travel? All these things. And we'll touch on that a little bit later on in this video. Let's see, travel opportunities. Drivers often see different parts of the country, experiencing various landscapes and cultures. That is true. Of course, if you're an over-the-road driver, which means you're not coming home every night, you're going to travel the country. You're going to go over all type of vast land, and you're going to see such beautiful landscaping, mountains. I done been driving and I've seen out in like the northwest area of the country, the mountains look like a painting. You can see the snow at the top of the mountains during the summertime. Like, you will see crazy views, ocean views. You'll see flatland views. So many views. You'll go through so many little historic places. One thing I like to do when I go through certain cities and towns, you just think of history. Like, okay, and they'll have the little signs like, okay, Abraham Lincoln birth home. And they'll have a sign for it. So you might be on the highway like, oh, wow, Abraham Lincoln was born right off of this exit. Like, little cool stuff like that. I'm a history buff. Y'all gonna learn that as y'all tune into this channel. But you'll see a lot of crazy things, a lot of landscapes. And if you're single, if you don't have a family, that you will have downtime where you're out and you're far away from home. By all means, you take that downtime and you go and you explore wherever you at. You might be taking your rest break at the Grand Canyon somewhere, not too far from the Grand Canyon. You might want to go and take an Uber and go see the Grand Canyon. A little cool stuff like that. Might be in Niagara Falls or Stone Mountain somewhere, and you want to take an Uber and go visit. So look, that's some of the good things. You get to travel and see many parts of the country that you may have seen on TV and things like that. Let's see the next one: independence. Many enjoy the freedom of working alone without direct supervision. And that is another reason why I'm not going to even say I love driving truck, but that's one of the things I love about my career, the independence. I hear all these stories about the boss and being in the office and all these things. I work by myself, alone. The only person I may hear from is like the dispatch, which is the one who dispatches your loads. So, and the only time you really hear from them is if there's some type of issue or they just want some type of communication with you regarding the load that you're carrying. So besides that, there's not a lot of micromanaging and stuff. Now, you do have companies where you're micromanaged. They might blow up your phone and try to see, where are you? Every hour they're asking, where you at? Like, come on, check the GPS. You can see where I'm at. Things like that. How far are you from the customer? How far are you? This stuff like that. But for the most part, you can tune that stuff out. You know what it is that you need to do. Excuse me, y'all. But yeah, you know what it is that you need to do. You pick up the load, you get it to where it needs to go on time and in a safely manner. As long as I do that, I don't need to keep talking to you. So the independence, that's one thing I love. Let's see what we have here. Flexible schedules. Some companies offer routes and schedules that fit personal preferences, such as regional or local driving. And I will say that there are companies that they'll kind of let you know before, like when you're applying, you'll see it. Like, okay, this is over the road, this is local, regional, or what we call short haul. Now, I'll break it down to you. Over the road means you're going all over the country. You might come home once every 3 weeks for like a day or two. And that's we'll get to that. That's one of the cons, but we'll get to that. Let's see. We have regional, which means you might stay in the region of where you live. So if I'm in the Southeast, I live in Georgia. So regional for me would be Tennessee, Alabama, Florida. Regional, just all the kind of surrounding states, the Southeast. The regional might be Northeast, might be Midwest, West. We're dependent on where you live. That's what the regional is. And then local, of course. Now, there's local and short haul. Now, when I say local, all that means is you're sleeping in your home every night. That's all that means. Because you will still go to surrounding states. Like at my job, I work local. So, though I'm home every night, I still go to Alabama. I still go to Tennessee. You see what I'm saying? You might go run to South Carolina. You might run, long as you're back though. You think you got 11 hours to drive. You can get kind of far in those 11 hours and make it back in time. So some companies, they'll do you like that. They'll try to send you out. They'll get the best bang for their buck. They'll send you as far as they can and still get you back home, sleep in your bed. So let's see. That's pretty much it with the pros, man. And this list right here pretty much covers it all. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make the cons a part 2. I'm gonna make part 2 about the cons. So go ahead and like, share, subscribe. And add in the comments if y'all have any questions, if y'all want to cover anything truck driving. I've been doing this going on 8 years now. So I've pretty much been around the block with this truck driving stuff. Any comments or concerns, feel free. Leave it in the comments. You can message me on Instagram right here, official Nuriah, official period Nuriah. Just hit me up, man, and let me know any concerns that y'all might have. And y'all tune in for that part 2, the cons of truck driving.